thought I would show you how we use Ravelry to come up with pattern ideas for new yarns that we get in. So we just got this one in from Queensland. It is a sport fingering-ish variegated cotton, which is really exciting. It's got oodles of yardage, 350 yards, and I like the pattern behind it. Be really great for bags, really great for summer t-shirts, but also wonderful for kids knitting. So a lot of people ask, well, what is this going to look like? And that will depend on, are you in the round? Are you back and forth? Are you knitting? Are you crocheting? Is it garter? So what I like to do is look up on Ravelry to get an idea. So a lot of times people will go do a yarn search because they want to look at the yarn, but I like to reverse engineer it by going to patterns. And when I go into patterns, I will type in, here's the name of the yarn. So you put the manufacturer here and then the name of the yarn here. And then you see, this means these are patterns that are designed just for this yarn. So this is new. It does come in solids and a lot of other ones, but for this one in particular, it's new, so there's only 2 options. However, it'll give you some good information. It'll show us like, okay, this is more of a, I don't know, like a watercolor situation. It's not striping, it's not pooling. That's interesting. It's good to know. Like this is the garter part. This is some yarn overs. Let's see, what's our other option? So then if you click on here, there's a bag. It'd be great for bags, a market bag. So like I said, more options with an older yarn, but this will kind of give us a jumping off point. And then when you're here, you can go to the suggested yarn right here. You can also go here and type it in. So let's go here. And then this will show us, you know, since this is pretty new, there's only 13 projects, but this will also give us an idea. Do we like any of these things here? Or is this, you know, that's kind of cool. You know, the emotional support chicken, like that's looks great. None of them in here are really what I'm after. I was thinking this yarn would be perfect for a shop sample for a kids item. And I know one of the designers that I really like, Cashmere Junkie, she has oodles of patterns. Okay, so here are all of her patterns. So we've done several of them in the shop before. Cardigans, dresses, like really great, timeless pieces for kids. So this is kind of what I'm after. So I'm like, do I want this one? Well, this is fingering weight, will it work? I can go by clicking here and I can see all of her patterns. She has quite a few designs. I can look through all of them here. I can keep going back and looking at them individually. I know that I want children's clothing. So now that I'm in children's clothing, you can see over here an advanced button. So when I go to the advanced button, this is kind of the spot that I feel like people don't take advantage of. You can do this section over here. If you were just in the patterns and yarn, this is going to filter your search. So I know I want to use one of her patterns. I'm going to go select knitting because she doesn't happen to have crochet, but oftentimes you can differentiate between one or the other. I know that I'm going to put this as a fingering weight. I feel like that'll give me a little bit more flexibility. And this will show you, you could continue on to do this if you wanted to go, you know, what do you want it to be? What's the construction? Did you only have one hank? Maybe you want to select it there. So this section over here is really what you want to use. You want all the details over here, as much or as little as you want. So I know now that I've decided this is fingering weight. I want this person's patterns and I want them to be knitting. So I've got pages and pages of choices now. So this feature over here, filter your search, is available through the designer that you're interested in, through the pattern that you're interested in, or the yarns. So let's say that you really liked this yarn. You were really deciding this is the yarn you want, but you want to make a t-shirt. So let's do it that way. So let's just say t-shirt. You could do short sleeve sweater, you could go on and on, but for simplicity, let's do that. You know that you wanted it to be knitting. So here are all of the options for t-shirts. You know, you're going to go ahead and decide, I want this to be fingering or sport, whatever your choice. Make them both if you want to give you more options. You could continue down to make note of the yarn. You know, we know this one is cotton, so that you know that you get one that's designed with cotton in mind. You could continue down to make note of just the yardage. You could say that you want a free pattern. Although please keep in mind that a free pattern is free and a paid for pattern has had more testing, and you get what you pay for. Just keep that in mind. Okay, the other thing I really like to do, let's say we want a t-shirt, best match. Well, I want to go to what's hot right now, what's awesome, what's popular, what is the most projects, what's the most favorite. Use this feature to give you more information. So hot right now, so here's some cool patterns. Do we like this one? Maybe we want this one. Noodle around, take some time in Ravelry. I really think this feature over here, filter your search, is where it's at. So just wanted to give you a heads up. Hope that's helpful.